Fallout 4 is a masterpiece in itself. Not has a game like Fallout 4 come out in a long time for the new generations, rehashing the same bullshit over and over again. You know what I'm talking about. The Call of Duties, the Halos now, and of course, the Assassin's Creeds. You can disagree with me, and I'm not saying that those games in themselves aren't good, average entries into the series. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So hell, at the very least, Assassin's Creed isn't going into space and stabbing aliens with a knife while turning into a first-person shooter and solving puzzles at the same time. Yeah, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? At the very least, when you're looking for a tried-and-true experience, those games are available. But Fallout 4 seems to have sold over 2 million units on PC in just 10 days. Now, that's quite a feat, because, my lord, most games don't go platinum until the first 30 days, but this one did it in less than 10. Well, 10-ish. And that's just on PC. Let's not forget the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 sales as well. This is a true next-generation experience. My computer alone, beefy as it may be, I need a new graphics card to run Fallout 4 higher than medium settings. But even saying that, that's a better experience than the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Though the Xbox One isn't far behind my PC. Medium settings at 60 frames a second isn't as bad as it sounds, just along with the words medium. Now, if it was at 30 frames a second, yeah, that's a bad time. And streaming the game is pretty difficult. But Fallout 4 is setting an example for other AAA titles that DLC day one, microtransactions, and all of that bullcrap isn't necessarily needed. Yes, it did have a collector's edition with a Pip-Boy release, and yes, it did have a standalone edition. So, yes, that stuff is still there, and yes, it is still as annoying as ever to have these merchandising things happen. But at the very least, Fallout 4 the game itself does not include microtransactions and DLC. I will soon be doing a video talking about microtransactions with someone else. However, this in itself is something to be talked about, because a game like this, a AAA title that doesn't have these things in it, yet sells perfectly fine, more so than many other games, seems quite silly to the point where if you look at these other AAA developers and they're throwing this stuff in their games, you ask the question, why? Why do you need more money? With Bungie's recent introduction of refer a friend and unlock this cool stuff, it just makes me think to myself instantly, we got ourselves a Facebook game. Okay, refer my friend to help me fight aliens, and I'll get myself some free coins. It's a little bit more than that. You get a shader, a sword, and some emblem, I think. But when you get brass to tacks, you get down to it, you think to yourself, what in the hell, man? Why? Why are you implementing these grimy systems, these social systems to promote your stuff? People know that your game exists. I'm quite sure that many people out there know what Destiny is after a year. There's so much footage, coverage, and things of that nature, you don't need this social marketing to try and grab and pull people in by saying, ooh, I'm gonna refer my friend to get a few in-game items. That's crap, man. Can you imagine if Fallout 4 did that? Refer a friend to get the experimental MIRV, the special bobblehead that will increase all your stats by 1, and a fast travel to any point on the map that you want without discovering it. Can you imagine if those things were locked away just by having to refer a friend, or using microtransactions to build each one of your weapons? Yes, Fallout 4 does have a convoluted build system. Yes, it is extremely annoying to get some of the parts, but that does add to the charm of its survivability nature. You think about for 1 second, if you could buy your way to victory in Fallout 4, how quickly and boring that would be. If you want that experience, just toggle God mode and play the game. And there's nothing wrong with doing that also, having a good time with God mode on, especially if you also own the game on Xbox One like I do. Who wouldn't play it on PC also with God mode enabled and just let loose You know, unrestrained. Pretty fun stuff. But when you actually put a price tag on being able to do that, hell, selling God mode. Here, pay $2.99 for God mode for 60 minutes. When does it end? When will it end? And it's nice to see games like Fallout 4 not doing that stuff. You can say what you want about the iOS Vault Dweller game that they have going on, and the Android version that was ported recently of it also. But in the end, that's just a side game. You can play that absolutely free also. Not that that's an excuse, they definitely shouldn't have any microtransactions in that game either, but at the very least, that's a side game. And that's what I would expect of a side entry into Fallout, as it is just basically a building sim, something like Sim Tower, if you guys are old enough to remember that. But the fact that Fallout 4 lacks all of the grimy shit that I expect of the next generation of games, 2015 gaming, I am very thankful that there are a few gems still out there. And that I don't have to just go to indie developers, like the developers of Undertale, or, other games, Risk of Rain, Spelunky, games like that, where I don't have to worry about microtransactions, or bullshit DLC. Citizens of Earth. These great games exist, but they were all indie developers. And now finally, a new AAA developer releases a game that doesn't shove microtransactions in it, like in Forza a couple weeks later, just so they could get the gleaming reviews first. I thank you, Bethesda. Even if you didn't send me a review copy, I still bought your games. I bought them twice, and I enjoy them to the fullest extent, and I thank you for not selling me down the river with the rest of the AAA companies out there that milk the fuck out of the consumers. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would strongly suggest that you leave a comment thanking Bethesda also for not selling their fan base down the river, and maybe even tweeting at them. Tell them Protomario sends you thanks for not implementing microtransactions in Fallout 4. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. If this ever changes, what a terrible day that will be. And now, the important decision of joining the Maverick Rebellion. We are a tight group of individuals who rebel against stereotypes and greater evils that are commonly accepted. ISPs, children being conned out of games, sexism in video games, enough is enough, and the Mavericks have had it. If you choose to subscribe, or stay subscribed, you are joining the fight against injustice by watching my numerous video topics. From net neutrality to publishers covering up botched releases, the Mavericks are always informed on the issues plaguing your gaming experience today. So don't be left out in the cold, and don't let those people keep you down. Join the Maverick Rebellion today and become a member of the community that will listen and engage with you. What are you waiting for? Just click subscribe and you'll be in good company. Mavericks unite!